Hello to anyone watching this video. My name is Tamisha and I'm here with Lucas, who got started back in November. He came to one of our Wi-Fi money events and he's now making an extra 1,000 a month minimum from his online business alongside working full time as well. So I've just wanted to do this testimonial so he can share his journey, his results and his experiences. So Lucas, for the people that don't know who you are, just explain who you are, why you started and where you're at right now.
So I'm Lucas, I'm 21 years old, and I started this in November 2025 because I was looking for a way to make extra money alongside my 9 to 5.
Okay, amazing. So what was your financial situation like before you got started in the industry?
Yeah, my financial situation was always good. I never had a problem, but I'd always realized that towards the end of the month before payday, my bank account was going lower and lower, and I was just going from payday to payday.
So were you actively looking for another income stream before you got started with us?
Yeah. So I tried a few other things. I tried digital marketing, I tried a bit of reselling, but nothing really was doing it really.
So obviously you got started after coming to one of our events. What was the
Mhm.
main factor in you actually putting yourself in the room? Like what made you want to get in the room that day?
I think just seeing everybody how much money they were making online, I wanted to be in that environment and I wanted to witness it for myself because I know I was very small-minded before I started this. So my mind kind of didn't believe about all the money that people were making. So
Hmm.
once I put myself in that room and I had the proximity of being surrounded by that, I was like, okay, let me stop lacking, let me get involved.
This is real. So what made you trust the team in order to get started? Because obviously trust is a massive thing, especially when it's online. But when you came to the event, what made you trust joining us instead of anybody else that you've seen online before?
I remember when I think it was Harry or something and he was speaking. You don't have to put this part in, but we'll see. But I remember when Harry was speaking and he was like, put your hand up if you made money with Sniper Pro. And everyone put the hand up. I was like, I want to make money with Sniper Pro. I think it was just actually seeing people like showing their results and their withdrawals.
Yeah.
And then like, because obviously saw you in the flesh, it was kind of like, okay, you are a real person. Obviously, you're not just like an online guru promising me 10 grand within the next 2 weeks.
That makes sense. So what was your first few weeks like initially when you got started? Because you got started the day of the event. What was your first couple of weeks like after you joined?
Obviously, the first week after I was going through all the onboarding, for me, I personally wanted to smash through everything as quick as possible. So I was going through all the boot camps, all the education, and then I went on a demo account for that first week. I'd made about 20% on my demo account after the week. So then we moved me over to the live. And then with the next 3 weeks, I'd made over 60% on my live account, which is
Damn.
honestly insane.
I actually remember that when you sent me that screenshot. Easier or harder than you expected? Because obviously it's trading. There's a massive like misconception that it's really difficult to come into the space and be profitable. So did you find it easier than you thought, or was it harder?
Definitely like, I didn't think it was going to be easy, but it wasn't like insanely challenging. It was just learning the education and actually like sitting down and putting my mind to it because I'd always had a decent mindset with trading where like I'm trying to be not emotional at all. So for me, I found it quite easy to pick up everything and just copy what other people were doing.
What support did you receive, in your first couple of weeks? What support did you have from either myself or the community? Do you think that there was a big support system there when obviously you just started?
Yeah, definitely. So as soon as I joined, I was welcome into the group chat. And obviously I'd met a few people at Manchester anyways. So being in the community instantly, I felt like I was part of the team. See, I had one-to-one support with you and you've helped me so much on this journey. But even when you're not available, I can ask anybody in the team. They're all helping me out. So it truly is a big family.
No, it really is. I actually love the community. So when did you start actually seeing results from the training side of things?
But within my demo, like I said, I made 20% on the first week. So obviously I was got quite high from that. But obviously that's not my real money. So then I got over to the live account. And then within that first week, I think I made like 5 to 10% of that week. So like results were coming in from that first week.
How does it feel now to be consistently making an extra 1K a month residual income on top of your trading profits?
Honestly, it feels amazing. Like I've never been in a happier situation. I feel like I've grown so much as a person. Obviously going from being in that Manchester event in November to then speaking in a Manchester event in February. The
And
growth in 3 months, just from income wise, but as a person, is way more important to me than income wise.
100%. It's honestly the best. It's like a fast track to growth, this industry.
Mm,
Like you think you're just joining to make an extra income, but really you're growing and the income comes with the growth. So what would you say to somebody that thinks they're too busy to start something new? Because obviously you've said you worked full time, you're still working full time, but most people say they can't do something like this because it's going to consume too much of their time. So what would you say to that person?
So most weeks I'm working 40 to 50 hours, but with the time that I have available, I'm still prioritizing myself. So if you really think about it, when you're working full time, you're working for somebody else. So I'm helping them make money. So if you then come home from work and you're too tired to prioritize yourself, then you're never going to help your situation. So what I'd say to that person who's struggling for time or doesn't think they're going to have that time is that you really need to put yourself first. Like most days, I don't even get 5, 6 hours sleep because I'm putting myself first. But within a year, my whole situation is going to be completely different because of the efforts that I'm doing right now.
No, 100%, I agree with that. So what would you recommend to anyone watching this video that wants to start building their dream life, whatever that looks for them, online, like either quit their job or just make an extra 1K a month passively? What would you say to that person that's maybe a bit scared or a bit nervous to start something new?
Definitely say take that risk. I know you hear it a lot of the times and you're like, oh, everyone's telling me to take that risk. But realistically, how I saw it was that investment to start was literally nothing. And I was already going to spend that money on shoes, on Uber Eats, to be honest. Like, so that initial investment to take that risk that I took just over 3 months ago now has ultimately changed my life. So if you're wanting to start and you are scared to take that risk, I'd say just go for it and come down to an event, in person, be around everybody who's successful, put yourself in that proximity so then you can now see your belief system leveling up.
100%. For anyone that is in the UK, we do have upcoming events. We've got London on the 7th of March, which will be a huge one for anyone that's really wanting to quantum leap their life. And then we've also got another Manchester event on the 17th of March. And then we're ending our 90-day run in Portugal, which we are both attending. And it's going to be an absolutely incredible year. Appreciate you for sharing your journey. And I hope this inspires somebody out there that is looking to get out of their own way and just start building their dream life. If you're watching this video right now and you're looking to make an extra income stream, please feel free to message me on Instagram at tomishapollardroye. I will walk you through the process of everything and how it all works. Lucas is literally living proof that ordinary people can create extraordinary results with the right environment. So just take that leap of faith in yourself, and everyone have a blessed day. Thank you again, Lucas.